I'm so upset that we don't. Bro, do you know we're fastly approaching the time of the year where we'll wake up on Sundays and there'll be no football?
Isn't that the worst?
Oh my god.
At least we got a month left.
What about your boy Tommy Cutlets?
Man, that should have been a hot take. Imagine Giants will have a third-string
QB.
QB
On your roster when we were talking about this. I've been seeing these memes online of like these Swifties trying to like make fun of like, you know, Travis Kelce and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I discredit you for everything.
I hate all that shit.
I heard one girl say, oh my God, their costumes are so cute. I'm like, did you just say costumes?
All right, we're rolling, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, so what's going on, peeps? Been a while. This is the Chow and DIMES podcast. We thank you again for joining us. I understand it's been a little bit since we've last talked to you. You know, with the holidays and everything coming around. By the way, happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays for whatever you celebrate. With all the holidays coming around, we just figured we'd just take a break, kind of chill, and then, you know, welcome in 2024 with this new episode.
Yep.
So today we are going to be revisiting some of our hot takes from episode 1.
Imagine that.
Yeah, bro.
All the way back then.
God damn. Oh, man, football season's almost over.
I know.
Well, okay. So, yes, we're going to be talking about some of the hot takes that we made in the past and, you know, shitting on each other about them. And then we're going to talk about the games this week. I got a couple picks for you guys, maybe.
Yep.
I think we were talking about incentives and a lot of these players'
most
contracts.
Most of them are incentives, yep.
I know Puka Nakua has one.
Yep.
It's my favorite name. You just take the initials, switch them around.
I love it.
Like, bro, Baker Mayfield still has got the best one.
Baker
Mayfield.
Like,
come on. But Nuka Kapua might be the new favorite of mine.
I like that.
Or Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp's good.
Who's also still Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
But okay. So let's start off with the hot takes. Do you want me to just read them out, or do you want to?
Here, read yours out. Let's just go one by one.
Okay.
Let's go with yours first.
Okay. So this first one actually ties in a little bit to the bets that we have for later on.
Yep.
So my first hot take that I made in the episode, if you want to go back and watch it, we'll wait. So anyway, the first hot take that I made was Miami's going to win their division.
Yep.
And I mean, it's coming down to the last week of the season. We got Bills in Miami for the last Sunday night for the last game of the season, bro. I love Miami there, coming off of a real bad game.
I'm honestly liking the Bills. I don't know. Yeah, I think because of their last game, I think the Bills are gonna play their hearts out, take that game, try to make the playoffs. You know, so. Well, I'm going Bills.
I'm pretty sure whoever wins the game wins a division, and then whoever loses gets the wild card spot.
Oh, they're still both in the. Okay.
Sure. I could be wrong.
No,
but...
let me check that anyway. But yeah, I still like the Bills that game though. Either way.
The Bills are a 3-point favorite in Miami, and I genuinely think Miami wins that game. Just because Miami, you know, it's a home game. You know, what's understood doesn't need to be explained.
Yeah, and you're right about both teams will make playoffs. Actually, it's tough to say. Okay, so right now the Colts are 9-7, Texans 9-7, Steelers 9-7, Bills 10-6. So I don't know. I mean, I gotta look at their matchups, but I think, man, the Dolphins have been struggling though recently. I don't know what happened. They did have some tough games. Like,
they had some injuries in a
Cowboys was a good win. They got lucky that game, but 56-19. Who thought the Ravens were gonna put 56 on that defense? Well. 56? You thought they were going to get blown out?
Okay, maybe not 56, but I saw them getting blown out.
I didn't see that happening. No way. But, yeah, that's a tough game to come back from. So, at least they're home.
That's why I think they win that game.
At least they're home. Okay.
Plus, when they played the Bills early on in the season, they lost, 48-21? But, anyway, do you want me just to go through all my hot takes and talk about yours?
Yeah.
The next one is Tyreek Hill. I said Tyreek Hill would break the single-season record in yards. Currently, as the time of us recording this, which is Thursday before the Sunday games, Tyreek Hill is currently at 17-17 for yards. And for all of you people that are going to be annoying, that's 1,717 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So, He needs 283 to break the record, and I'm pretty sure if he gets 283 yards in the game, I'm pretty sure he'll set the
That would be
single game.
That has to be single game. But the fact that I thought for sure he was going to beat it earlier in the year.
Too.
He was flying. He was getting like 100 yards a game, 150 yards like every other game.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to him.
By like week 9, he was, or like by week 7, he was already at 1,000 yards. But whatever. I mean,
it is so. But looking at his stats right here, he had 61 yards against Tennessee, like 99 against Dallas, 76 against Baltimore. So he fell off a little bit past 3 games.
Yeah, fell off. Got over.
But yeah, as if that's falling off. But
for Tyreek, that's falling off.
Yeah.
He's not getting 100 plus every game.
Yeah, I know.
So my next hot take, which actually goes into the fact that we were talking about the Ravens, I said that Lamar Jackson and OBJ will not play 7 consecutive games together.
So how many has it been?
So Lamar has not missed a game.
Well,
and OBJ has played in 14.
Wow.
So, I was looking at some of the stats earlier when I was doing all this research, and man, I mean, there were some games where he was getting like 2 receptions. But then again, I don't think that's his role on this team. I don't think he's necessarily there to really be like, okay, you're going to be our number 1. We need you to catch 8 to 10 balls a game. I think he's more there to like kind of mentor the younger receivers, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Zay Flowers is a beast. They got so lucky with him.
I'm crediting OBJ for the success that he's had.
I could see that. I mean, I don't know. I think their receiving core is really good. Their whole game is around their run game, though, as well. So, Lamar's going to run around, find an open man.
He actually, I was looking at this, he actually doesn't really like run. Like
no, he stopped because obviously they don't want to get him hurt. And they have 3 good running backs. I think I'm pretty sure it's 3 that they're consistently using.
And they just signed Dalvin Cook.
And then they just signed Dalvin Cook. Yeah,
he's gonna sit there and clap on the sideline and give the guys water. So the next hot take, which is kind of tragic, I said that Nick Chubb will lead the league in yards or in rushing yards. Which, I mean, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. I mean, if you haven't seen the Twitter video of his knee fucking sliding off of his leg.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Still, never forget, we're sitting in Discord watching the game and everything, and we're like, it's not going to show it, And then I'm like, all right, let me check Twitter. One of our boys was like, oh, come on, it's not going to be on Twitter. I'm like, if anything happens in the world ever, Twitter will have a video of it somehow.
Yep.
Literally took me 5 minutes to find it. Literally the only thing I did
funny.
was just refreshing my feed, and the next thing you know was the first thing that popped up.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. And the last one I have is the Bengals winning it all, which I don't give a fuck how decent Browning is. What is his name? Jake Browning.
Yeah. Bake Drowning.
Who the fuck?
Another one.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, but I see the Bengals. They've had a rough year. I mean, they really have with the injuries.
I mean, they quite literally did it to themselves. I'm not going to sit here and give them the benefit of the doubt when literally Joe Burrow. Well, we don't need to beat a dead horse. I think everybody knows what happened with Joe Burrow when he had a cast on his hand. They were just like, "Oh no, he could play."
Yeah, I know. So, it is what it is.
Shit happens, man. All right. Do you remember any of your hot takes?
So. Mine are some of them are stupid, but I did hit on a few. So Darren Waller, comeback player of the year. That's a giant bias one. That is full giant bias.
Yeah, he played as of right now. He's played 11 of the 16 games.
Yeah, the injuries killed him.
47 receptions, 500 yards, 10. He's averaging 11 yards a catch.
It's not good stats to be honest.
1 touchdown.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, that just wraps up how bad the Giants have been in general. Like just his injury and how he's been used is just bad. I don't get it.
What about your boy Tommy Cutlets?
Man, that should have been a hot take. Imagine Giants will have a third string QB
wasn't on your
playing.
fucking roster when we were talking about this.
Tommy Cutlets is he was it was all for the media. It was all for the media.
Go back to his mom's basement.
Him and his his agent can they'll find another career somewhere after this year. But I mean, he'll still be third string for probably.
He'll be a practice squad guy.
Yeah,
for
third string for a bit. So good for him. But going back to Darren Waller, it was that was a biased pick. I'm not gonna lie. So my second one though, Chiefs not making AFC championship this year.
that we gotta wait for. That we gotta wait for. But
Chiefs they're not the Chiefs. They're not the Chiefs this year. I think that's obvious.
Bro, have you seen that they've got like 60 drops this year? Maybe not. Maybe 60 is too many, but I know they have a lot of drops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard to say why I chose that
we'll
back
talk about
then.
that more once the playoff star and everything.
But to just like tell you why I really chose that, it's really because they just had no receivers. Like I kind of saw that going into the year. They had no receivers. So it's true. They're struggling, and it's because of that. It really is. So the third one, Jets missing the playoffs and Green Bay doing better. That one hit, which is
it only took you 5 plays into the Jets season to figure that out.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, if Aaron Rodgers was the QB,
you know what's crazy?
They still wouldn't have been good. I don't think they would have. I really don't. They would have had 9 wins, maybe make the playoffs. I really think so.
There's a couple games there where I would have said if they would have had, like for instance, I'm not saying this to talk shit to you, but if when they played the Giants, that game would have been ugly if Aaron played. Ugly. Aaron would have just been like, oh.
Yeah. No, Giants were struggling then. That was a bad game. That was a really bad game.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, the Jets are 6-10 and the Packers are 8-8.
Yeah.
Packers are vying for a playoff spot, and the Jets are, playing for a draft pick.
Yeah, the Jets have bad coaching. Aaron Rodgers, obviously, and that happened to him. But yeah, I guess it was that pick was just like let's just throw a random dart on the board, see what hits. So that one just hit.
Hey, all the people on TikTok really loved your opinion. I mean, they were talking shit in the comments. And I can't wait to use that video as our follow-up for this.
Oh my god. And
then, bro, but you literally called it. You were just like. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here giving you like the.
Yeah, you were so surprised by that.
I was sitting there just like, wow.
You thought Green Bay was gonna be shit.
Yeah, bro.
So, I mean, you thought Jordan Love was gonna be shit.
Yeah, that's your boy, bro.
That's my boy. Yeah, it's my boy.
Yeah, bro. Like I was sitting here thinking, like, unproven quarterback.
Unproven.
He's gonna have a little bit of growing pains, and the sophomore slump in a quarterback is true.
It is true.
But
Green Bay's still a decent team. Nothing special. So last one though, Trey Lance starter for 49ers. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that one. I made that pick before they named the starter. So, yeah, I guess that one's just a miss as well. Like, that's all I can really say about it. I don't know.
Yeah, also, bro, this was like when you made that pick, that was before, like, we even knew Brock Purdy was, like, fully recovered from Tommy John.
That was my main issue as well, the Tommy John.
And they spent my elbow as I'm saying that.
You know how much they spent so much on Trey Lance? They spent like how much did they trade? 2 first-rounders, 3 first-rounders, something ridiculous like that. And you think
I know they burned a
team,
first-round pick on him.
That's a bold move to trade him. You know what I mean? And then stick to the last pick in the draft. Stick a guy you picked literally last. I don't know. I mean, he did well in the playoffs, but is he susceptible to bad games? Yes. I mean, we could say that now.
Yeah, last week he threw 4 picks.
Exactly. I was watching that game, and I had Purdy on one of my fantasy teams, and I literally was I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So I really thought that was going to be a close game. I knew the Ravens were probably going to take it, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my hot takes, and I think I'm gonna go 2 for 4 here. Hopefully, thinking the Chiefs don't make the AFC Championship.
I mean,
so that's pretty good.
As of right now, I'm hoping to be 1 for 5 here.
Yeah.
But hey, at least we'll admit when we're wrong, not like every other sports media analyst ever.
I know.
That'll just be like they'll sit there with their chest out and just be like, the dumb shit that I be seeing sometimes, where they'll be like, they'll say something like blasphemy, like something just dumb, just like straight up just. Stupid enough to the point where I'm saying, oh, so you need something to talk about, right? Like, for instance, they're like, oh,
100%.
Darvin Ham has been, Darvin Ham for basketball for the Lakers head coach have really lost the locker room. No, he didn't.
Are you in the locker room?
The motherfucker didn't lose the locker room. The motherfucker lost LeBron.
Yeah, that's stupid.
There's no locker room without LeBron.
I don't like when analysts get into personal businesses with teams.
Because they need a scapegoat. They need someone to say, wow, the Lakers are playing like shit.
Like, analyze how they're playing.
It's not LeBron's fault. It's never LeBron's fault.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Anyway.
That's LeBron.
Anyway, we'll talk basketball eventually when football season's over with.
Yeah, sure.
But,
Definitely will.
and then I get to tell you guys about my parlays that I hit in basketball. Anyway, So now let's kind of shift over a little bit to talk about like the Week 18
Final
bets, and I'm so upset that we don't have. We're bro. Do you know we're fastly approaching the time of the year where we'll wake up on Sundays and there'll be no football?
Isn't that the worst?
Oh my god!
At least we got a month left.
Right
That's
next to
all
when
I'm
it's
gonna-
like right next when it's like the middle of summer, and the only sports that's on is like fucking baseball. No
Yeah.
disrespect to baseball, it's just not my sport. I can't sit there and watch a baseball.
I can't watch baseball either.
I can watch a World Series though. I can watch a World Series.
I mean, there's more to like about the World Series, more on the line.
course, I
It's
mean,
it's
championship.
more enjoyable. Yeah.
But like, bro, I like from like the second week of June to like the second week of August. The only sport that's in that thing for me is UFC, and even
Oh.
then you get like UFC
And
cards
that's
like
once a month.
every
The main cards or the main events.
I got Duplessis over
Whatever.
Strickland, by the way. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Yeah, I'm starting to like Strickland though. I like Duplessis. I'm starting to like Strickland.
No, I love Duplessis. I also think they're trying to reset up the Adesanya Duplessis fight for UFC 300.
Oh, nah, Adesanya needs to beat somebody before he fights the championship again. That
No.
I
He's
think
defended
so.
it for 4 times and then lost it to
I
Strickland
don't-
because he
I
hit
don't
him with a
give a
lucky
shit.
left hook. Anyway,
You can't take
we're
a
gonna sit
break.
here and talk about other sports instead of the sports that we're supposed
Yeah,
to
I
do.
know.
Basically, we got 2 games on Saturday and about $1 billion, and the rest of them on Sunday. There's no Monday night game, sadly, but anyhow.
Anyway.
So I got a couple picks for you guys tonight. I did a little bit of research. Now, don't take, again, not financial advice. This is just what I'm going to take. And, you know, if you guys want to follow my bets, by all means, go ahead. But this is what I like.
Okay.
So, the only lock that I have at the moment is Tampa Bay. Tampa
Okay.
Bay should have won the game last week, and they're playing, if they win this game, they win their division.
Okay.
They're also
Yeah.
playing the Panthers. Now they're playing the Panthers in Carolina.
What do they have to play for though? The
Nothing.
Panthers. Exactly.
So I think they win, but the line right now is 4.5. I would buy it down to 3.
I like 3 there.
Yeah.
Ah man.
I would
That's
buy it
still-
down to 3 just because
You really think the Panthers are gonna stay in that, huh?
I don't think it's that. I just think it's more of like
It's hard to say.
the Bucks have more on their shoulders rather than the Panthers do.
Yeah.
The Panthers, they're just playing for the draft order and to not give the Bears the number 1 pick. So
I like that though.
I
like
got
that pick.
also Tampa Bay on the road is 7-1 against the spread.
Okay.
So, like for instance, if this number goes up to anywhere, like if this number within the next day or 2 goes up to 5.5, I would take them by more than a touchdown.
Okay.
Maybe not by more than a touchdown. I'd probably take it at like 6.5, 7. But
Okay.
either way,
I like
I
that,
would
though.
if it stays like this, I would buy it down to 3 just to be safe, and we got to get some cashes. The next one I have now, Tampa Bay was my only lock. The rest of these are kind of like 50-50 balls. The Raiders are -3 against the Broncos this week. Now, this is the battle of the backups. You got Hayden O'Connell, or whatever the hell his name is, against that other guy. What's his name? Like Jared Steinfeld or Jerry
it?
Steinfeld or something like that?
I don't know.
Yeah, so we got the guy from the hit TV show that I can't stand him because all he does is complain.
That's so funny.
But personally, I like the Raiders -3 there because one, I like the backup that has more experience. And although this
like
is going to
the
come off
Raiders.
a little weird, I think the Raiders have more weapons on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I
know?
agree. Raiders are a better team.
I mean, they might have
right
Cortland
now.
Sutton and Jerry Jeudy, but I like Devontae Adams and Jacoby
And to throw
Myers
in a
better.
backup QB the last game of the year, like, are you really expecting him to win a game?
No,
Like,
they're
come on, it's not going to happen. So Aiden O'Connell, whatever his name is, Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah.
He's already has experience. He's going to
So,
take the game.
I
I
like-
think
I like
he's going
him.
to play well.
The next
Oh, you
one,
want to talk about Puka too? You want to talk about some player incentives, or you still got games?
I've got one more pick, and
All
then
right.
I've got a. Yeah, so I'll just give my last pick, and
yeah,
then
go with the last pick.
we could talk about incentives, and then I've got a couple 50-50 picks.
Okay.
Maybe not 50-50, but these are the ones that I'm like, if the line changes, I
Yeah.
might sway the line a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
But the next one I have is the Eagles.
Oh,
Now, I know
What's
they're
your
playing the
take?
Giants, but the Eagles have something to play for, the Giants don't.
yeah.
Because either way, if they
Giants are-
win this game and Dallas loses,
Who's
they
Dallas
win
playing
the
again?
The Commanders.
Oh, yeah. It's
But then again, they're playing on the road, and they're 13-point favorites. I don't care who you are.
Dallas
13
is going
points
to
is
kill
too
them,
much.
though.
13 is too much. Even though last time Dallas and the Commanders played, it was 11.5, and I said that's too much, and they ended up winning 1,000,000-3.
Wait, are the Eagles benching anyone?
The Eagles probably not because they're playing for the division.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but the Lions,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think they are. I did hear something about possibility of them benching players, but yeah, I guess they won't. So
also might be something where it also
they're
might
not
be,
they're not benching Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
though that's not happening. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. So I got Eagles -5.5 because the Giants' defense is not really there. The Eagles need a good win going into the playoffs.
They definitely need a win.
And after the horrible performance that the Eagles had the last time they played the Giants, which I, honest to God, thought they should have lost that game. I 1,000%. I was like, you
That
do
was
not
a close
deserve to
game
win
for
this game.
no reason.
Exactly.
That was
you
so
did not
stupid.
deserve to be in that game.
That was such a stupid game.
So I think they win 28-10.
Okay.
Um,
I could see that.
yeah.
The Giants, I don't know how they almost beat the Rams too. That was a weird game. I don't know if you watched that game.
I did.
That was a weird game. So yeah, I think the Giants are going to be competitive. So I don't know what the line is right now. Do you know what the line is
For
that?
what, the Giants and Eagles?
Eagles, yeah.
5.5.
Actually, that's a good line.
Yeah.
That's a good line. I would push that probably to a 7 and take the Giants to cover maybe 7. I don't know. I think it'll be close. The Giants seem to be playing a lot better down the stretch of this year, even though they have nothing to win. They literally should be losing, but so we'll see. But yeah, Eagles definitely win the game. So
Also, think of it like this. If you lose to the Eagles, that's one step closer for you guys getting Marvin Harrison.
do we want? I'll be honest with you. Penix is looking good, man. He's looking good.
I just don't know if you take a quarterback after you paid Danny Dimes.
I don't give a fuck. I like Penix a lot. Did you watch the Washington Texas game at all or see any of it?
I saw a couple highlights,
Dude.
But
I'm telling you right now, go watch the highlights again because Penix is a baller, bro, a baller. He throws the ball so nice, dude. He whips the ball down the field. So, dude, I love him. So I would love if the Giants lose this game and get a top 5 pick. I would love that.
yeah,
Possibly getting him.
And personally, with me, bro, I'm sitting here and I'm like, listen, I know the Bears will probably get the first pick, but
They're getting the first pick.
they trade down. I don't think you get rid of Justin Fields. Y'all have given him nothing to
The
deal
amount
with.
of picks they would get for this year's draft would be unbelievable. They would get 3 first-round picks this year.
Exactly.
So I agree. I think it's a good call.
Even I don't really know the logistics of it, but could you imagine if you traded down and switched picks with let's say whoever has the 4th or 5th pick? Could you imagine if they got Marvin Harrison Jr.? And I know I'm using him a lot because whatever, but
Yeah, that
bro,
would be a home run
they
pick.
could get switched down, come down in the draft, maybe pick up a skill position player,
Yeah.
a couple line guys, because bro, DJ Moore is your number 1. I don't think they're moving off of Justin Fields just because of the fact of y'all have given him nothing in the first 2
And
years.
he could
was
win. He could win. He's proven he could beat teams.
And
so I don't know.
there. Yeah.
I mean, he's beating some shitty teams this year, but they did beat the Lions. They did beat. I don't know.
They beat the Falcons last
Beat the
last
Falcons,
week,
beat the
37-17.
Yeah, they smoked them. And the Falcons aren't a joke, but
And
they're
their
bad.
tight end Cole Kmet is a pretty good tight end.
Yeah. So
Some might say he's top 3. No, I'm kidding.
nah, he's not.
Sam
He's top
Laporta,
5.
Sam Laporta is top 3, and he ain't
Sam
2 or
Laporta
3.
Sam Laporta is gonna be the best tight end in the league in a year or two.
No, I think he is the best tight
You
end.
think he's the best right now?
Who's better than
Hawkinson, on the Vikings. He's the best. This year he's
I
the
was going to
best.
say Travis Kelce, hell no.
He got hurt though. He
Mark
tore his
Andrews,
MCL.
hell no.
Yeah.
Well, Mark Andrews also got hurt. So
Or the player props,
these are
yeah.
just kind of my picks of things that I just like to keep my eye on.
Yeah.
I have 3. Never mind, I have 2. So the first one is Rams +4. If that line goes anything more than 5, I'm taking the Rams money line because I don't believe that they are going to play Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy or even Trent Williams.
Okay.
And like I said, if it gets anything over 5, I'm taking Rams money line
All right.
because that is nuts. Next, this is just a total that doesn't really makes sense to me.
What are you thinking?
It's the Seahawks are playing the Cardinals this season. This week. The total is 48.
48.
That's 24 each. I don't necessarily believe. I mean, I think both teams can put up points, but I don't necessarily believe that they will, if that makes sense.
The Seahawks don't put up that many.
That's 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And
just going by
like the Seahawks are going to run the ball with Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
I think the Seahawks win the game, but I think 48's too much.
Okay.
Oh, and I fucking love the Dolphins this week. I think I've made that abundantly clear. And for all of you bettors that, need to hear this from me or whatever, I have these things that are called stay-away games. I'm pretty sure they're pretty self-explanatory, and what's understood doesn't need to be explained. But those stay-away games are the Saints and Falcons, and the reason is because both teams are fucking horrible. And they lose games by giving the other team the game. And like I said that whatever team wins that game will be the last team to give the other team the win.
That's such a bad game.
It'll be something where it's like 28 seconds left. They're down 13-17, and the guy throws a pick six, and the game's over.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah, literally.
Bears and Packers, just solely because of the fact of it could literally go either way.
That's a close game, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be a game where, whatever you don't bet on will hit.
Yeah, and
They'll be like, oh, Packers -3.5.
And the Bears are going to try to win that too.
Yeah.
By the way.
The next one is the Jets and Patriots. The over-under when I first saw it for the game was 30.
30.
And now it's up to 34. And I'm like, hey, we could be in for a Bailey Zappi masterpiece. We don't know. He could throw 3 touchdowns again.
That is the worst game of the week. By far. That's the
easily.
Worst game.
And then the next one is the Chiefs and Chargers. Because let me know how the Chargers are favored to win.
What? I didn't even see that.
It's 3.5 for the Chargers. And I'm like, I'm not touching this game.
Are the Chiefs... What does Vegas know that we don't?
That Patrick Mahomes is fucking washed and none of his receivers can catch the ball. No, I'm kidding. Well, I'm not kidding about the receivers catching the ball.
I think it's because Taylor Swift's going to be there, actually. I think
she's not going to be there. I think she's on tour.
No. If she is there, that's bad luck now. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I love watching football and seeing her face mugged all over it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get why they do that. It's something where you're trying to bring in, like, different,
that meme,
eyes to the sport.
But you know that meme with Leonardo DiCaprio? That's literally what I do when I see Taylor Swift, except I'm going, like, I hate that shit.
You know what's funny? I've been seeing these memes online of, like, these Swifties trying to, like, make fun of Travis Kelce and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I discredit you for everything.
I hate all that shit.
I heard one girl say, oh my God, their costumes are so cute. I'm like, did you just say costumes? What is this, fucking Halloween?
I'm so tired of I'm tired of the Chiefs. I'm tired of Taylor Swift. I'm tired of Patrick Mahomes. I'm tired of Travis Kelce. They've ruined this league this year. All of them on their own.
I'm tired of Chris Collinsworth sucking Patrick Mahomes dry.
Tony Romo.
Oh, and Tony Romo. Yeah, of course, Tony Romo.
He's the number one.
I'm tired of Taylor Swift being every single part of every single game ever.
Yeah.
And then I'm also tired of the 10 billion and one fucking times that they play the same 3 fucking State Farm commercials that have Andy Reid, Travis Scott, and Mahomes motto. I am so tired of that. I get it. It's their game. Their whatever. But can you at least, like, not play their commercials twice every single time you go to a commercial?
I'm tired of the Chiefs. I'm glad they suck this year.
And you know what's crazy? I didn't mind them. Up until this season, I didn't mind them. I was like,
I agree.
All right, well, whatever.
They really dug themselves into a ditch.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
It's just stupid. NFL all of a sudden is a clown show, I don't get it. So, I don't know.
It's not like some of these dumb motherfuckers that still believe the NFL is scripted. Whenever I see something like that
definitely...
I mean, they have sway,
calls,
but you're not going to sit here and tell me there's
shoddy
a script.
That's a problem with I really think the refs have some shoddy shit.
I mean, they
that's
have
going
some
on.
sway, definitely, but there's no way you're scripting an entire game, bro.
It's
There's
not
no way.
It's not about you don't script the game. You do it. You just make the decision while the game's happening. Like these refs will pass interference. What's pass interference? Do we even know anymore? Like what the hell is that? I see one game where obvious pass interference not called. I see another game that's not pass interference called. I see that in the same game sometimes. Sometimes the refs don't even know what pass interference is. They have to get in a little group huddle and talk about it, and then they have to go see the replay, and then the coach is throwing the red flag, and then it's like, oh, like
We gotta go watch
I
the
don't
same
know.
replay again.
Yeah, dude, I don't understand this sport sometimes, and this year it's worse than ever, especially when it comes to reffing. So you might say that it's not scripted, but I'll tell you this: the refs have a say in how the game goes, and that is bottom line. They have a say, and they know they do. Mm-hmm. So that's my bottom line.
And also, the thing that gets me is just like with this whole scripting thing. I'm like, dude, can you? Oh. Wow, tired. My God, all this talk about football and
It's fun.
hating Patrick Mahomes and Taylor Swift is crazy. So like, bro, it just I've said this a couple of times. There's two things I want to happen in the NFL that I know will probably never happen, but if they happen, I'm taking full credit for them. You heard it here first on this podcast. The first thing, I want referees to be able to be relegated. I want the best college football referees to be able to move up. And if they make a bad call, kick them down to Pee Wee football. Maybe not that drastic, but kick them down. Make it to where instead of reffing the NFL games, you're reffing D3 football.
Then there would need to be
your way back up.
Then there would need to be
a merit
huge
system.
Yeah.
You need the team to sit there and be like, yeah, you're doing right. Yeah, you're doing right. And the second thing, the Pro Bowl is fucking Ricky retarded.
It's so bad. No, it's.
I was gonna say Ricky retarded, but anyway, it's stupid. Why in the name of fuck do I want to watch these athletes do skill challenges?
No one who watches the Pro Bowl.
Do you know how you fix it? You do the same thing that college football did and the NBA did. You put a tournament together.
Yes.
Make it to where the two worst teams in each division or in each conference, the bottom of the barrel, cream of the crop, butthole teams.
Yeah.
Make it to where they play each other the week of the AFC championship, the AFC and NFC championship games. Make it to where they play each other in like the toilet bowl or whatever you want to call it. And then have them go to the Pro Bowl with the opportunity where it's AFC, NFC, play each other. Whoever wins gets the number one overall pick. And you add incentives like maybe not $500,000 what the NBA did, but you make it to where there's a good cash bonus if they win the game. Because then it incentivizes the players, and then it also brings something where they have something to play for, where it's not just, tank the season away. No, you have football games where, I mean, I don't know who the worst teams in the league are, but like, could you imagine if the Panthers had to win games in order to like get the number one pick?
Dude, I love that idea. I'm honestly tired of the NFL. I mean, I get why it's like that, where if you're the worst team, you get the number one pick. There's no lottery system, blah, blah, blah. I get that. Because the NFL is a grind. You know, the NBA, all this shit, you could tank, and it's like, it's obvious. But, man, I would love there to be a different way to decide that number one pick. I would love that because it would be so much more entertaining, and that's what the NFL needs, dude.
Exactly.
Because how many years would we go on with just the NFL not progressing with just, I don't know. Okay, so they go to Europe. They do. Okay, I get it. Ooh. Yeah, but like they gotta move. Like the NBA is they're open to change. They're doing the in tournament shit. You know, they're doing all this stuff, and we need the NFL to get involved with stuff like that. So that would be a perfect way to go into that.
It's more money,
so, more money, more people to watch.
Reps.
Now people are watching the Pro Bowl. You know, it's like that's how you do it. So I figured maybe that'll happen one day, but
Roger
we'll see.
Goodell is not as progressive.
As if they need more money, though. Let's be honest, they don't need any more money. The NFL.
Yeah, you know they always want some.
Yeah, I know. So, but all right. Anything else? I don't know. Is that it? Oh, the players. Do you have any player?
I don't have any incentives on here.
Well, all I know is
Puka.
Puka.
Nuka Kapua.
Yeah, I think that's the only one we could kind of just like. Like that's the one. Like
Yeah,
you just
he's
bet
like
on him because he's what 28 yards.
Four
from it?
receptions. Yeah, like less than 50 yards away.
He'll probably have like a 100+ yard game. You know, they're gonna go out with a bang. So I don't know.
And you know, San Fran's not going to be as cutthroat, especially in the second
Yeah.
half. Especially if they're up 1-0. Like,
Yeah, I agree. So, and yeah, I think it'll be a good end of the year. I'm looking forward to a few of the games. I'm looking forward to the national championship game for college. And for playoff wise, I guess if you want to talk about a few of our predictions for playoffs,
I don't even have any.
Off the top of my head, Baltimore.
I want to see them
is
win
on a roll.
a playoff game.
Well, they're gonna have the bye, so we'll see who they play.
They do in the playoff. I don't give a fuck what they do before the playoffs. The one knock about Lamar is that he can't win in the playoffs. He might have one playoff win, but that might have been the year when they went 14-2 and had the God Squad of whatevers.
But let's say this. Let's say I don't know what the bracketing looks like right now, but let's say they play the Bills, dude. If they match up against the Bills.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. But do you think the Bills beat them?
I think the Bills are the scariest team.
I think they're scary. What about the Browns? You think the Browns beat them?
The Browns Cinderella story is going to close that first playoff game.
I've been saying Joe Flacco might get exposed, but I'm starting to think now that he actually probably has the most playoff experience out of most of those QBs besides Mahomes.
But also, everyone's saying like, "Oh, this guy saw Ed Reed and Ray Lewis in practice every single day." That's fine when you're playing dog shit teams.
Dude, the Browns have one of the best lines in the league, though.
Yeah, but when you gotta walk into like, let's say, who would they play in the first round?
Let me just open up the bracket.
Bro, if they play Miami in Miami, Miami blows them out.
In Miami, I could see that coming true.
And
I don't know.
Especially if they play in Buffalo. Oh my god.
That's the thing. All right, so let's see.
I think Buffalo is probably the scariest team to play in the AFC. And in the NFC, I think it's either the Rams. Well, I mean,
the Rams look good.
Obviously the Niners, but like,
right.
I'm not gonna.
I mean, let's say it's Detroit Rams right now for NFC. Man, are the Rams gonna have a good fight against that team?
I think that'll be a good game.
That's a game I'm looking forward to.
Bro, it'll be Stafford's return to that's poetry in motion.
I know. That would be awesome.
Stafford
right
returns. They give him a warm welcome.
Man,
well,
Dallas.
They fucking better. You hear me, Detroit? You hear anyone that watches from Detroit?
Oh my God. So right now, NFC is kind of interesting. I think Tampa Bay, if they face Philly, that could be actually a good game. I think Philly's been struggling this year. Tampa, their offense is really good.
Especially if they play at home, too.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then also in the NFC, these aren't official predictions for games, but this is just potential. Dallas, Green Bay. Dallas looks like they might have an easy path if the Rams beat Detroit to the Super Bowl. I think Dallas can match up against San Fran. So
they'll dick them.
You think so?
No, I know so. They'll dick them.
This kind of feels like the Cowboys' year in a way. They're kind of hyping them up.
That's what everybody says.
Did you see how they did that halftime ceremony, like in the Dallas game? I don't know if you were watching that. You weren't. It was so weird. I'm watching it and I'm just like, who the fuck cares about them bringing Dallas Cowboys players into their own Hall of Fame on national television? You know, isn't that weird? They have their own Hall of Fame, and they brought.
Oh, that's Jerry Jones' ego. Right
yeah,
there.
and they had it on national television, dude. They were playing it as if it was like some big time thing. It's like, who gives a fuck about the Cowboys?
Jerry Jones, fucking relax. We get it. You own a football team.
But yeah, this feels like Dallas's year. So I'm going official. I mean, right now, we'll get back to this topic eventually in another episode. But Dallas and Baltimore is looking very juicy, dude. That's looking like a potential matchup that I like. Niners Bills would be sick. I would love if the Bills made the Super Bowl. I want to see the Bills Browns. I actually want to see the Browns. That would be funny. Bills Browns. Or Lions. Those are three teams I really would be interested in seeing in the Super Bowl. And Miami, of course. But I think they're gonna lose, I think.
I think Miami, once they play a away game, they lose.
Yeah. So
Or they just shit the bed and lose in the first game.
They might lose in the first round. I wouldn't be surprised. That would be
now
sad.
That they don't have, now that Bradley Chubb is out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's a rough loss.
Yeah.
So their D-line's going to be struggling. They're going to get run down. I don't know. If they play against Indianapolis, they beat them, though, I think. So, but who knows? It'll be a good playoffs. I'll look forward to it. So.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also not because I don't want football to end. But these things happen.
Dude, by week 5, how quickly the season was going. By week 5, I just knew the season was going to go by so fast. Once it hit week 5, I was like, wow, it's week 5 already. Next thing you know it, it's Thanksgiving already. Next thing you know it, New Year already.
Well.
So that's just how it all works.
Well, good thing we'll have football in spring with this USFL or whatever. I'd give it a watch.
I watched a little bit last year. It was terrible.
I don't give a fuck. It's football.
It was so bad. So I don't know.
If I could bet on it, I'll watch it. But if not, then I just sound like a degenerate gambler.
Yeah,
right there.
calm down on that betting. All right, calm down.
Man.
There's other stuff.
I make good money doing it.
All right.
Like I'm very rarely in the red, but don't ask me about the last 2 weeks when it comes to football. I'm kind of in the red.
All right.
But hey, man, one basketball parlay later, I'm in the green.
All right, sounds good.
Plus, I haven't bet in like 2 weeks and taken time off.
Good.
But
You need a break
anyway.
sometimes.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we hope you guys enjoyed our little rambling here. Again, Happy New Year to
Happy New
everybody.
Year. And next
Yeah.
time we'll have another episode up.
Yeah, we'll
too,
probably do
eventually.
another episode within like a week.
Yeah,
something like
probably
that.
a week, and then we'll get it rolling again. We'll be doing more episodes, more consistent. So since the
We'll be
holidays
doing
are
weekly
over,
episodes as long as our schedules don't
Yeah.
line up correctly.
and I think
everything.
we'll be talking about some interesting stuff. I think we'll have some new topics coming
Yeah.
up, hopefully, and
We'll have a couple curveball episodes. in
yeah,
there,
we'll do
too.
some curveball stuff. We'll do sports once in a while, but we're also trying to be more open to new stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you guys have anything that you would like us to talk about, let us know in the comments, and we will talk about it.
yeah, definitely.
as best as we can.
yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you about rocket science and
No, I'm not gonna go
astrological
that deep.
science and shit
But
like that. I'm
no.
not going to sit there and tell you all that bullshit. But
no,
if you want me to sit here and talk to you about haunted places, I'm pretty well versed in that.
we'll go into that too eventually.
But
yeah.
I mean, don't forget to like and subscribe. Chow and Dimes podcast again. Follow our TikTok. We will be pumping content into there. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay beautiful, my people.
Yup.
And
See you
it's been
later.
real. And we'll talk to you later.